You'll probably have at least one sea day on your Royal Caribbean cruise, and there are 10 mistakes you definitely want to avoid up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Compared to port days, sea days on a cruise are typically slower paced. Instead of rushing around to get off the ship and spend time on shore, passengers can take their time and enjoy a sea day. And it might make you think, well, how can I possibly screw that up? Well, from avoiding the buffet to waking up early, here are 10 mistakes to avoid making on a cruise ship sea day. Number 1, eating only at the buffet. Royal Caribbean's Windjammer is really popular, and for good reason. It's complimentary, so it's included with your cruise fare, and it has a variety of great food to choose from. But because of its popularity, it's almost always crowded on sea days, especially for breakfast and lunch. One of the mistakes you should avoid on a sea day is eating only at the buffet. Instead of eating at the busy Windjammer, why not grab a salad from Park Cafe, a burrito from El Loco Fresh, slice of pizza from Sorrento's, or if you like a sit-down meal, maybe go to brunch in the main dining room, or even a specialty restaurant for that matter. I recommend checking the Royal Caribbean app for alternative options to the Windjammer on sea day. Most people just simply think about the Windjammer, automatically go there, without considering, quite frankly, some other options that are there. Number 2, not checking all the activities. Royal Caribbean offers an extensive list of activities on all days of the cruise, but especially on sea days. In fact, on most sea days, you're going to find too many activities to choose between. So don't make the mistake of forgetting to check the cruise compass on a sea day. Scroll through the list of daily activities on the app helps you plan a day ahead and ensure you don't miss out on anything. I think it's actually a really good idea to check the schedule before you go to bed the night before to ensure that if there is something in the morning you want to wake up for, you can certainly go and check that out. Also, planning too many activities can also be a mistake. So I just talked about how you want to check the activities, and there are many of them, but trying to do too much is also a mistake. Sea days are, well, I think mostly meant to be relaxing, and packing your day with back-to-back programming can be just as tiring as a shore excursion. So instead of rushing from bumper cars to basketball to karaoke and then a game show, plan your day more loosely. Maybe attend a couple of those activities, but don't overdo it. If you'd rather spend your sea day napping on the pool deck, you shouldn't feel pressured to participate in other activities on board. After all, you're in total control of how you spend your time on vacation. Another mistake to avoid making on a sea day is forgetting to apply sunscreen, and this happens all the time. But without fail, you're going to see some passengers who have a bright red, painful sunburn after every sea day. So do yourself a favor and avoid being one of those people. It's really common to spend time in the sun on a sea day, whether you're at the pool, going down water slides, or playing pickleball on the sports court. Regardless of how you enjoy time in the sun, remember to generously apply and, most importantly, reapply sunscreen throughout the day. A sunburn can turn any cruise vacation into a miserable experience, especially if you end up with sun poisoning. So instead of burning to a crisp, wear sunscreen and avoid any painful, unfortunate problems later on. Something else to think about on a sea day is to forget to take your seasickness medication. That is a mistake. And I think really feeling seasick on a cruise is not as common as you might think, but it can happen. So if you're prone to motion sickness and your ship is traveling through high seas, don't forget to take your seasickness medication before it's too late. The last thing you want to incur on a sea day is, of course, feeling sick. Feeling ill can ruin any chance at an enjoyable day, so remember to take precautions in advance. If you take Dramamine, Bonine, or other natural remedies like ginger tablets every day preemptively, it can prevent you from ever running into seasickness while on a cruise. Another mistake to consider on a sea day is waking up too early, because a cruise vacation is supposed to be relaxing. We've talked about that already at least 3 or 4 times, but it's super important. So if you got to enjoy your sea days, maybe recharge a little bit, especially if your itinerary is port intensive. Most port days start early, with the ship docking at 7 or 8 a.m. And to make the most of your time in port, you're going to probably wake up early on port days in order to get off the ship as soon as possible. But after a few days, many people find themselves tired from all those early morning wake-up calls and, of course, staying up too late after at the end of the day. So on a cruise ship sea day, it's a really good idea to sleep in instead of maybe waking up at 6 a.m. There's nowhere to be while your ship sails from port to port, so take the time to catch up on sleep. You'll thank it later when you go on another port excursion and you're feeling much more rested. Another mistake, though, kind of also flying in the face of what we just talked about, which is getting to the pool deck too late. So the pool deck is far busier on sea days compared to port days. If you want to snag the best spot by the pool, remember to head there earlier rather than later. If you want a pool chair in a prime location on the pool deck, I recommend getting to the pool deck around 8:30, 9 a.m. This may seem really early, but the truth is that pool chairs can rapidly fill up by mid-morning, leaving you with a less than ideal chair location. Just remember, don't be a chair hog. I get it, it's a problem, but don't add to the problem. While other people may arrive to the deck earlier to reserve a chair by placing an item on the chair and then go to breakfast, take a nap, coffee, whatever, it's not permitted, it's against the rules, and don't add to the problem. Don't be that guy. Another easy common mistake to avoid on a sea day is forgetting to make specialty dining reservations. Hoping to eat at a specialty restaurant on a sea day, be sure to make reservations in advance. It's really popular for cruisers to dine at specialty restaurants on sea days because these restaurants can book up quickly on those days because you got all the time in the world. If you're planning to dine at Izumi Hibachi, Chops Grill, Wonderland, or any other specialty restaurant, it's best to make reservations before the cruise. The best way to secure a specialty dining reservation is to reserve a table in advance via the cruise planner website. If you have a dining package, though, you have to wait to get on board to make a reservation. Either way, make a reservation. It really helps you out. Forgetting to book a spa appointment can also be a mistake on a sea day because, unsurprisingly, it's common for a lot of people to want to go to the spa on sea days. On a cruise ship sea day, passenger schedules are usually completely open, so there's no need to worry about getting ready for a port or making it back to the ship in time for a massage. While booking a massage on a sea day isn't necessarily a mistake, you can always find better prices on port days. If your schedule is flexible, consider booking a spa appointment on a port day to save money. Booking a spa treatment on a port day does not mean you have to forego spending time in port. Instead of booking the appointment at noon, for example, book it at 8 p.m. or 4 p.m. This ensures you get to enjoy your treatment before or after a port day, all while saving money at the same time. But if you really want to get a spa treatment in on a sea day, definitely make an appointment because they're going to sell out quite quickly for those times. Another mistake on a sea day is to go into bed too early the night before a sea day. Because port days can start early in the morning, many people go to bed early the night before waking up in port. After all, staying awake till 1 a.m. when you have a shore excursion the next morning can leave you feeling worn out. Therefore, the night before a sea day is the perfect time to stay up late. As there's no reason to wake up early on a sea day, many people enjoy spending prior evenings at bars, entertainment shows, or simply the nightclub. From dancing at a midnight disco to doing shots in the pub, it's fun to get a little wilder than normal before a sea day. Don't be that person who says they'll BRB at 8 o'clock and then never returns. While you might feel a little hungover the following morning, it's better to rest in bed rather than feeling nauseous while exploring your port. So there you have it, 10 mistakes to avoid making on a sea day during your cruise. Hopefully you'll have a productive, fun, and relaxing sea day with all of these tips. Let me know in the comments below, what are your favorite tips, things to do on a sea day, and how do you best take advantage of it? And most importantly, what are some other mistakes we didn't cover in this video that should have been covered as part of a sea day on a cruise ship? Let me know in the comments below. While you're down below our video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. That way, YouTube lets you know we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We'll talk again real soon.